Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who watched a bunch of fights between the 6 fighters I'm going to break down, but I can't go into detail because I'm in a rush. I'm picking Francis Marshall to beat Dennis Buzukja. I've got him winning with wrestling, and I don't have a lot of confidence in it because he took this fight on very short notice. And I don't think he's going to go through Buzukja in one round. I think for him to win, it would be a longer fight, and longer fights bring cardio into the mix. And for a guy taking the fight on very short notice, it's given me enough pause in betting on him, which I haven't. So Francis Marshall is the pick, but with very low confidence. I do think Buzukja is better on the feet, but Francis Marshall is a better wrestler. I'm trusting that to be the story of the fight, but not. I guess I'm not trusting it because I'm not betting on it. But I'm picking Francis Marshall to win. For my the next one, Kaan Ofli versus Mairon Santos in the Ultimate Fighter finale, featherweight division, whatever it is. Oh, yeah, it's featherweight. I've got Mairon Santos winning. I'm a little more confident in this, but the guy Kaan looks incredible. He's only got 2 losses. The decision to guys that both ended up retiring or dying, maybe, I don't know. But they both retired, stopped fighting 5 years ago or so. And they had 9-0, 8-0 records. So I'm not saying they would have been Nurmagomedov, but on paper it's forgivable. He's looked really sharp. I think he is going to be bullying Mairon early, but I've got Mairon taming him and chopping him down with those leg kicks and his overall striking. Mairon Santos has excellent hands, but the kicks are the best weapon in this fight. And that's what I think will carry him to a victory. It's 3 rounds here. And Mairon, despite his 1 loss being in the 3rd round to Dan Argueta, I still think he's got good cardio. I think he's got a striking advantage, especially with those leg kicks, even though Kaan's got a lot to offer. And I've given Mairon Santos the nod. And I have bet on him, even though he's at shittier odds than Francis Marshall. And the other fight, Nathan Fletcher, I've got beating Zygamantias. Fuck, I don't have the names in front of me, but I was pronouncing it a few hours ago. I've got Nathan Fletcher winning. Nathan Fletcher's one big issue in the 2 losses I've seen, 1 amateur, 1 pro, has been cardio. His pro loss to Dom Wooding was totally due to cardio. He was dominating the fight, ripped him to the mat 10 times or whatever, and then stopped ripping him to the mat and got clipped. The big punch, a big kick actually, and ended up getting put away with a final punch. His 1 amateur loss was in round 5. He was dominating, and he ended up getting choked out in round 5. So there's a little concern there, but in every other win I've seen of him, he's looked phenomenal. His wrestling's there for him. He can go through a lot of guys early, but despite me shitting on his cardio 30 seconds ago, I don't think it's that bad. And I think it's not going to fail him here, and Top Control will win him this fight. Zygamantias, he's, wish I could talk about his losses, but I don't even know. I don't have the records in front of me. But Zygamantias, he's good if you get on top of him, by the way. I think the subs I've seen from him are on the ground. Maybe he got a mounted triangle, or maybe that was someone else. But he's not bad on the ground, but he is not great at wrestling. Every fight I've seen him in, he's been ripped to the mat. And a lot of guys advanced on him, full mount. They gave him a lot of trouble. But I think here that's going to be the story of the fight. Nathan Fletcher, he's good on the ground, good wrestling, and good jiu-jitsu, advancing from the top. And I can't say he'll definitely get a finish, but I trust him to win the fight in one way or another. The guy Zygamantias, I've seen him tame guys that were all over him and put him away with guillotines and knockouts deep into the fight in round 2. I believe he's got a good amount of round 2 finishes. But here, I'm still going with Nathan Fletcher, despite the rallying from Zygamantias and the cardio failures for Nathan Fletcher. I do think that there is a big gap in the wrestling and grappling, and I'm trusting it to carry Nathan Fletcher to a victory. And I have bet on him. So I haven't bet on Marshall, but I bet on the other 2. They're favorites. Kind of wish I could have come to you with some underdogs here, but I decided to pick all these guys before I even looked at their odds. So Nathan Fletcher, Francis Marshall, and Mairon Santos. I'll go with all three of them winning by decision, but with no confidence in the decision and half confidence in the fighters themselves. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other video. I gotta go clock in. My cocksucking boss is looking at me right now. Fuck you.